Hello YouTube. Today I want to talk about a video interview I saw on CNBC where Satya Nadella, CEO of Microsoft, answers questions about the current state of the economy, recent job cuts in technology and possibility of future job cuts. This was particularly interesting to me as Nadella mostly looked at ignoring the questions at hand, being diplomatic and at times coming up with barely believable answers to the questions. In this interview, Satya starts off by exclaiming how technology has not cut jobs but created different forms of it. He backs his point by saying that labeling has been created as a new job profile due to the advance in AI. Labeling is simply marking large amounts of data with labels used in machine learning models. To me, it is pretty bizarre how Satya compares the jobs lost both due to AI and the economic slowdown comparable to manually labeling a ridiculous amount of data points.
We have to, one thing is this fallacy of a lump of labor, as they call it, the economists say. At least all technological revolutions, people have thought about jobs going away, but what has happened is jobs have gotten created, and none of us can really forecast what gets created. I'll give you one example, right? We talk about this AI really automating, predicting, doing all these magical things. Guess what? There is labeling that happens to generate AI. I came across, right here in the region in Thailand, a company that was formed by, in fact, a visually impaired developer to create a tech platform for labelers who are neurodiverse and disabled. So to think that labeling was a job that was going to be something that is needed in the world, 5 years ago, none of us would have talked about it, but here it is as a mainstream job.
Moving on into the interview, Satya literally trivializes the skills needed in building software, saying anyone who could fill out an Excel sheet can create a software application.
Another example, one thing when we talk about digital transformation, we are mostly talking about it being done by software engineers, but citizen developers are able to now take these low-code, no-code tools like Power Platform, and if you can build an Excel spreadsheet, you can build an app.
When the interviewer asks him about the technology job market in this slowdown phase, he responds saying it is solid as there are more software jobs outside technology companies like auto, energy, retail or banking. He goes on to say there is an oversupply of software jobs in technology and the slowdown will balance things out. This felt like another way to avoid the topic of layoffs, trying to put a positive spin on the issue.
What do you make of the job cuts that we are hearing about that are grabbing the headlines in the technology space?
That's a great question, because here's an interesting thing, right? LinkedIn sort of has the following data point, right? Which is that there are more jobs that are software engineering jobs outside the tech industry than in the tech industry. So to some degree, I would say the labor markets are much more resilient. There's not an auto company that doesn't need software engineers. There's not an energy company that doesn't need software engineers. There's not a retailer or a bank that doesn't need software engineers. So I would imagine, to the degree to which there's oversupply in one, there will be more even distribution, right?
The interviewer, however, continues to probe. This time asking more directly if the economy continues to slow down, will there be more job cuts at Microsoft? To this, Satya said that they are committed to making sure that their operating expenses, aka salaries, aka jobs, and revenue growth are compatible. That just sounded like a big yes to me.
I'm coming to Satya, is that if growth continues to slow down, if your revenues continue to slow down, if there's an impact on profitability, would you cut more jobs?
I think we are very committed, as I said in our earnings call last time, that look, we're very committed to making sure that our operating expenses and our revenue growth are sort of compatible, because after all, we're a company that needs to be managed super well, and we will continue to do so, and we've done that over the last 47 years through many cycles.
To me, this interview felt extremely diplomatic and nonsensical at times. So, what are your thoughts about this interview? Do you agree with the optimistic view of Satya about our current economy? Do let me know in the comments.